Good morning, dears. Okay, fine. So the last class we learned about what? Reina, the very first question. Hmm?
Textile finishing.
Yeah, very good. Textiles finishing. Right. What do you mean by textile finish, Meghna?
It's utilizing and the finishes used by mechanical or chemical process.
Yeah, to improve the appearance of the fabrics. Not only to improve the appearance, but also the utility and all. Okay. Basically, the finishes are to improve the appearance of the fabrics. Okay. Then, Sana, list the classification of finishes. We classify the finishes into two. Hmm? What do you mean by finishes? Finishes are the process that basically to improve the appearance of the fabrics. Okay. So, what is the classification of the finishes? Hmm? Okay. The finishes can be classified into basic finishes and Meghna.
Special finishes.
Yeah, good. Specific finishes. So, basic finishes are Reina, give an example for basic finishes. Basic finish means finishes that is essential for all the fabrics. Okay.
Ironing,
Yeah, very
bleaching,
good. Ironing, bleaching,
cleaning.
cleaning. Very good. What about specific finishes, Anna? Do you remember anything? Hmm? That is
For
only.
specific purpose.
Sorry, Sana. Sana, continue. I can't hear. Sana.
Done for specific
Yeah,
purpose.
very good. Specific finishes are done for specific purposes. Can you give an example for that? Specific, only for special purposes.
Dyeing,
Very
printing.
good. Dyeing, printing, all these are the specific finishes. Very good. So, can anyone explain the basic finishes? Hmm? Just list all the basic finishes. Meghna, can you try?
Singeing, cleaning, bleaching,
Good.
stiffening,
Hmm.
tangling, calendering.
Stiffening, tantering, and calendering. Okay. What do you mean by calendering, Arena? Calendering.
Ironing the fabrics.
Yeah, ironing the fabrics at the industrial level. Not the common ironing, the ironing at the industrial levels using the heated rollers and all. That is called as calendering. Then, what about special finishes, Anna? List all the special finishes. Dyeing and printing, okay, then refer the notes. Next class is also mine, right? Sana. It's in page number 108. Did you go through the notes that I sent? Hmm? Rena?
Only one.
Fine.
Just I look.
Yeah, that's okay. Meghna.
Yes, ma'am, I got through.
Okay. Any doubts in the assignments, the art integrated? Anything to ask? Yeah.
Ma'am, only Himachal Pradesh.
Yeah, we have to compare the fabrics with Himachal Pradesh. Only the state Himachal Pradesh. Okay.
Only Himachal Pradesh you should like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
No need of Kerala.
yeah.
Ma'am,
The,
it's art or A4 sheet.
basically, the booklet is very small. Okay. Half of an A4 sheet. You can use the colored charts and all and cut according to the size. A half of A4 sheet like that. You can use the colored charts and make it more attractive. Okay, you must use the art. You can draw the fabrics, you can color it, or you can take the photos and print. It must be handwritten. Okay. Any doubts, Sana?
Only that
Yeah.
a one page, or should we need the cover page? Anything?
Yeah, it's near the cover page.
Other than cover page, anything, ma'am? Like direct to that content.
Just give an introduction. What is fabrics, and just introduce a little bit, one paragraph. That's it. Booklet is very small. You can refer in nets. Okay, what do you mean by a booklet? Just refer. Okay, you can stick the pictures and write the points, write the key points. Nothing to write long paragraphs. Okay, just the key points are needed for booklets. Make it attractive, draw something or stick something, color. Fabrics, right? So it's very easy. Fabrics or the fibers. Anything else, Anna? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
First you collect all the points. Okay, first you collect all the points, all the pictures. Then according to your interest you can make it attractive. Okay, according to your interest, there is no limits in that.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
how many fibers we need? Like, how
that's
many?
according to your wish. No problem. How many you got? Just write it. Okay. I think the submission date is 19th. So make it fast. Okay. Try to collect the points from today itself. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Then, so the special finishes, Anna.
Waterproofing.
Yeah, waterproofing, which means, as the name says, what do you mean by waterproofing, Reina? Can you give an example for a waterproofing fabrics?
Rubber varnish.
Hmm?
Rubber varnish.
Yeah, that is basically used for waterproofing. Give an example for waterproofing. That's okay. The raincoats and all. Okay. The raincoats, all these are waterproof fabrics. Then, Sana, next.
Shrinkage control.
Yeah, sanforizing. Sanforizing, which means shrinkage control. Then after that,
Rising.
mercerizing, which means there are lots of advantages for mercerizing process. What about mercerizing, Meghna?
We put the cloth in a caustic soda solution for 15 minutes under regulatory temperature,
Very
and then
good.
take it and wash and dry again.
Hmm.
Also, we also use this method one more time and then dry it again. After
Very good.
this, the cloth will get it will get strong and luster.
The luster and strength is improved. And the dyeing process, the process of dyeing is also very easy after this mercerizing process. Okay, so the luster, strength, dyeing, all these are improves after this process. Then one more is there. That is moth proofing. What do you mean by that, Reina? Moth proofing.
Not to allow the moths to eat like
Yeah, to
clothes.
prevent the damage of the clothes from moths. Basically, the woolen clothes. Okay, the woolen clothes are more susceptible to what? Moth attack.
Moths.
Okay, very good. Then we learned about dyeing, right? Sana, what about dyeing? What do you mean by dyeing? The process of coloring the fabrics. Okay, that is called as dyeing. What are the different methods or different classifications of dyeing? Dyeing
Natural,
classification. Huh?
natural and synthetic.
Very good. What do you mean by natural, Sana? Natural dyes?
From nature.
Yeah, from nature. Basically from nature. That is called as natural dye. Now natural dyes. Then what about synthetic dyes?
Humans made it. Made from humans.
Yes, made by various combinations of chemicals and all. The chemicals are used to prepare these kind of dyes. Okay, that is called as synthetic dyes. Okay, so the natural dyes are classified into vegetable dyes, animal dyes, and mineral dyes. Okay, natural dyes are classified into vegetable, animal, and mineral dyes. And then synthetic dyes are classified into, Meghna, synthetic dyes are classified into,
acidic,
very good,
base, and
acidic,
neutral.
basic, and neutral. Is it clear? Okay, so let's move on to the methods of dyeing. There are different methods in dyeing. The first is simple dyeing.
Ma'am,
First is, yeah,
you haven't taken the acidic, basic, and neutral. We stopped there.
just a minute. That's okay, dear. That's it. You just have to learn the different types of synthetic dyes, that is acidic, basic, and neutral. Nothing more. Okay. So let's move on to the methods of dyeing. That is simple dyeing. Simple dyeing. What do you mean by a simple dyeing? Simple dyeing means first the fabric is dyed in a clean water. Okay, sorry, the fabric is dipped in a clean water, and after squeezing, the fabric is dyed in a colored solution. Simply we dip the cloth, the whole cloth we dip into the dyed solution, that is called as simple dyeing. Simple dyeing means first, the fabric to be dyed is cleaned in water. Okay, first the fabric is cleaned in water, then after squeezing, then the fabric is dyed in solution. Okay, without any tie, without any preventive solutions. Okay, just dip the cloth in the dye or the colored solution, that is called as simple dye. Simple dipping of the fabric in a colored solution, that is called as simple dye. Next is cross dye. Do you heard this term cross dyeing, Sana? Cross dyeing.
No, ma'am.
Okay, the cross dyeing is basically used for blended fibers. Okay, what do you mean by blended fibers? The different fibers are mixed together to form a blended fibers. So the cross dyeing is basically for, or the cross dyeing is basically applied for the blended fibers, which means the different fibers absorb the dye differently, right? The wool absorb the color differently, silk absorb the color differently. Okay, so in this case, the dyeing of the fabrics, different colors in the same dye bath. Okay, the same dye bath is used to color the different fabrics. Okay, that is called as cross dyeing. In cross dyeing, the blended fibers are used. Okay, blended fibers are used for this method, cross dyeing. Blended fibers means two fibers are there, right? So different fibers absorb the dye differently. So that's why we use the cross dyeing for color the different fabrics or the blended fabrics. Okay, so in this method, we dye the fabrics different colors in same dye bath. Okay, same dye bath is used for color the different fibers. Is it clear, Sana? Need to repeat? No, right? Okay. Then the third one is tie and dye. What do you mean by tie and dye, Reena? Tie and dye.
We tied the cloth
Yeah.
and in different shape, like round and spiral and all, and
Okay.
we tie it.
Yeah, in this method, the fabric is tied very tightly and then we dip in the solution or the colored solution. Okay, according to our interest, we can tie the fabrics. It can be from the round, it can be from the side. According to our interest, we can tie the fabric and then dip in the water. Sorry, dip in the colored solution. So in this case, the fabric is dyed except the tied place. Okay, the tied place is free from colored solution or coloring. Okay, the tied space is free from color solution, that is tie and dye. Okay, Is it clear? The fabric is tied according to our interest and then we dip in the solution or colored solution. So the tied area is except from the colored solution. Okay, they are free. The tied area is free from the colored solution, that is called as tie and dye. And one more method is there, that is batik dye. B-A-T-I-K, batik dye. Batik dyeing. In this method, some parts of the fabrics are prevented from dyeing. Just like as tie and dye, some parts are prevented from dyeing. Okay, some parts are prevented from dyeing in batik dyeing. Okay, we use the melted wax here. In tie and dye, we use the ties, but here the batik dyeing, we use the melted wax. Okay, the melted wax is used to prevent the coloring. Okay, so in this case, the melted wax is applied on the cloth. Okay, and left for some time. In batik dyeing, we use the melted wax. We apply this melted wax in the fabrics. Okay, what happened after drying the melted wax? It gets cracks. So we use the melted wax. We use the melted wax and we apply this melted wax in fabrics and then allow to dry. After drying, the melted wax get cracks and then we dye the fabrics. After dyeing, what happens after dyeing? Use your common sense. What happened? Meghna.
The melted wax area won't get colored. The rest area will be colored.
Actually, the melted wax is used, right? And after drying, the melted wax get cracks. We apply the whole fabric with this melted wax. So after drying, this melted wax get cracks and then we dye the fabric. So only this cracked portion, only the cracked area gets colored. Okay. Just the opposite of tie and dye. Then after that, the wax is removed by dipping the fabric in a hot water. Then the wax is removed by dipping the fabrics in hot water. In this case, this allows the dyeing on the cracked spaces. Okay, only the dyeing in the cracked spaces. Is it clear? Okay, the first we use this melted wax and we apply this melted wax in the fabrics, then allow to dry. After drying, this melted wax get cracks. After this process, then we allow the dyeing, which means the coloring. We apply the colors to the fabrics. So after this, this allows the dyeing. This method allows the dyeing on the cracked portions. Only the cracked area get colored. Okay. Then to remove this melted wax, we apply the hot water. We dip the whole fabric in hot water to remove the wax. Is it clear? So in this method, the melted wax is applied on the cloth and left for some time to dry. Then the wax gets cracked. After that, the fabric is dipped in dye. This allows the dyeing on the cracked spaces. This is the last method of dyeing. Is it clear? Okay. What is simple dyeing, Reina? Simple dye.
The fabric is cleaned. Then after squeezing, they dip in a color.
Simple dyeing means first we take the fabrics and we dip the fabric in the normal water to clean the fabric. Then after squeezing, we dip the same fabric in the colored solution. That is simple dyeing. Then cross dyeing. What about cross dyeing, Sana?
Applied for blended fibers.
Very good. Cross dyeing is for blended fibers. Blended fibers means two fibers of the polyester is combined with the wool and all. That is called as blended fibers. So in that case, two fibers are there. Different fibers absorb the dye differently. That's why we use this cross dye. Then what about tie and dye, Meghna?
The fabric is tied very tightly in a different shapes or somewhere. Then it is dipped in the color solution. After removing the tied part, the tied part will not be in color. The rest of the cloth or fabric will be colored.
Very good. Reina, can you please try the batik dye? I know it's difficult. Just try.
They apply melted wax on the fabric. They allow after that they allow to dry.
Very good.
Then
So drying, what
after
happened?
drying, it will have cracks on
Very
that,
good.
and they after that they give put in the dyeing,
Very good.
and the difference is like only that wax. The wax is there. Only that part would be colored.
Only the cracked area, only the cracked portion gets colored. Okay, that is
Colored.
batik dye. Then,
After
yeah.
that, to remove the wax, they dip in a hot water.
Very good. So remove the hot or remove the melted wax from the fabrics. We dip the whole cloth in the hot water. Okay, that is a method of batik dye. Let's watch a video of tie and dye. Okay. Try to make a handkerchief of tie and dye process. Okay. So watch the video carefully. Meghna, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you know what is bandhani? Tie and dye is traditionally called bandhani in India. In this, a cloth is tied with thread and then it is dyed. On opening, it produces beautiful patterns. So let us try tie and dye now. We'll make a tie and dye handkerchief, and for this we need a handkerchief. It should be cotton. So first we have to make the markings. So just locate the center and open it. You can use a compass to make the circle. And now just mark the areas where you will tie your grounds. Like this. Okay. Now we have to start. So we have taken these grounds here or chana, and we have the thread here. Now take a ground and put it inside like this. Hold it with your hand, and now you tie it like this. And at the end, just break the thread. See, we have this. Similarly, we have to tie on all the markings that we have made. This one again, and the thread like this. And just break the thread. See, go on tie. After you tie a gram on each of the marking, your handkerchief will look like this. You can dye it like this also, but to make more design, what you can do is that around each gram, you tie the thread once again. See, leave some distance and tie the thread again. So this will give a double circle. Do it on each of the gram. See, Again, leave some space and make it tight. Now, this is what you will get after you finish. Yes, it looks a little messy, but wait until we dye it. So now it's time to go to the kitchen to dye our handkerchief. We will use turmeric, that is haldi, which is the most easily available natural dye. So just heat some water in a container and add turmeric. 2 spoons will do. And now let it boil. Meanwhile, dip your handkerchief in cold water to wet it. And just take it out. Now, just sprinkle some salt over it. Salt will act as an adhesive and it will catch on the color. Just a little. That's it. The water with turmeric has come to a boil now. So, we will put in our handkerchief. Just put it inside. Just stir it. Let it be soaked for at least 2 minutes so that it catches the color. Do this entire exercise with an elder. And now our handkerchief has soaked in the color. So just take it out. And now we have to wash it under the tap water so that the excess turmeric and all is removed. Just wash it. Let the excess color drain. Your handkerchief has been dyed now, so just put it for drying. Once the handkerchief has dried, it is time to open the threads. So, catch hold of the thread and open it. See? Similarly, we have to open all the threads. So the threads are all out, the darns are all out, and our handkerchief is ready. Doesn't it look beautiful? You can make different patterns using different pulses or using the thread only. And you can make different patterns.
Reina, Sana, how's the video? Sana?
Good.
Good. Can anyone just explain what is the process? Use the Reina, can you try? Fine, Meghna, try.
So we use the tie and dye method.
Listen carefully, okay? Sana, Reina, listen.
First, we took a cloth which is white, and then we marked a center. With that, the compass we make it a.
That's okay. According to your interest, you can tie accordingly. Okay, according to your interest. Then
According to our wish, tie wherever you want, but we should tie it tightly. Then
that's
after
very important. Okay, tie the cloth very tightly.
Then dip it to the cold water. Then the natural turmeric we available easily is the turmeric. Then boil the turmeric in hot water. After that, we should
only after boiling we dip the cloth. Okay, after the boiling. That's very important. Then
sprinkle some salt on the fabric. After that, put
because it
the
acts as a adhesive. It
then
helps to dye the color easily. That's why we sprinkle some salt. Then
after sprinkling some salt, then put the fabric in the turmeric hot water. After which you should stir. Then it will get colored. After that, took out the fabric. Then wash it under the tap water. to remove the excessive turmeric particles. Then after that, you should
Open the tie.
open the
Remove the tie.
and then you can, after drying, you can see the
Magic.
thread particles will not be dyed, or rest of the fabric will be colored.
Okay. Okay. Reina, Sana, is it clear? So for the next week, try to make a tie and dye handkerchief. Okay. Is it okay, Reina? Hmm? It's very interesting. Try to make a tie and dye fabric. Okay, so let's move on to the next special finish, that is printing. Okay. So we finished the dyeing. Dyeing is a specific finish. Next is printing. Sana, what do you mean by printing? Sana,
Printing means
you can explain in your own words. No need of definition.
printing means making
Hmm.
the designs and all.
Very good. The designs are there. Okay. So basically the printing are of two types, hand printing and machine printing. Okay. Hand printing and machine printing. This machine printings are more neat and quick. Machine printings are more neat and quick when compared with the hand printing. Okay. This hand printing needs more mechanical power. Okay. It takes more time. More time is needed for this hand printing. So the printing is basically two types, hand printing and machine printing. Okay. In hand printing, we need more time to complete the task. The machine printing, the prints are the fabrics that is very neat and quick after the printing. Okay. The fabric is very neat after the printing process when compared with the hand printing. So the the block printing, block printing, screen printing, and stencil printing are called as hand printing methods. Okay. These are the three methods of hand printing: block printing, screen printing, and stencil printing are the three types of hand printing. The hand printing that require more time when compared with the machine printing. And what about the machine printing? The roller printing, discharge printing, roller printing, discharge printing, resist printing, and duplex printing are the machine printing. Okay. So basically the printing is used for applying the color to the fabric in definite patterns. Okay, we apply the color by using the printing with the help of certain designs. Okay, already we have some design, and then according to this design, we apply the color to the fabric. That is called as printing. Basically, we have two types of printing. One is hand printing and other is machine printing. What about the machine printing, Reina? Machine printing are?
They are neat and quick.
Very good. The machine printing, the fabrics after the machine printing, they are very neat when compared with the hand printing methods. Okay. Then the block printing, screen printing, and stencil printing are the three types of hand printing methods. Okay. Roller, discharge, resist, and duplex printing are the Sana? Resist printing, all these are?
Machine printing.
Very good. Machine printing. Okay. So first move on to the screen printing. What do you mean by screen printing? Volunteer. Sana, try. What do you mean by a screen printing?
With frames.
Hmm?
With frames,
Yeah.
use
The screen with some designs. Okay, that is screen printing. I'll show the video. Next, hand printing. Already the screen has some designs and then we apply the color to this screen and then we stamp it on the fabric. Okay. There is a difference between the printing and dyeing. Okay. In dyeing, we use the liquid color. The liquid is used, right? But here in this printing process, we use the paste. We apply the paste. We apply the paste to the screen and then we brush it. Then we apply it using a brush or anything or any substance to the fabrics. That is called as screen printing. The next is hand printing. What do you mean by hand printing, Reina? Hand printing.
The use with hands.
Hand printing is a hand printing is a sorry. What about the block printing? Block printing.
They have craving do in different blocks.
Yeah, basically it has a wooden block. Okay, wooden block is there with some designs. Wooden blocks with some designs are there, and then in this is a design. Okay, or this is a block with some designs, a design of a flower. Then we apply the paste to this block and then we stamp this to the fabrics. Okay, stamping of this wooden design to the fabric, that is called as hand printing. Okay, it requires more physical power. More physical power is needed for this hand printing. Or the block printing, that involves more physical labor and it is very expensive. Due to this physical labor, it is very expensive when compared with the machine printing. The block printing is very expensive when compared with the machine printing, but it is very simplest form. The block printing is very simplest form to apply the different designs to the fabrics. Okay, it is very simple. Then what about stencil? What about stencil printing? Meghna, just try.
Some small frames are used.
Small
Frames are used to do printing.
Okay. What do you mean by stencil, Reina? Can you just try? Stencil.
It's a plate-like thing, and it's something will be written in that, like some design will be inside that, and we just
Try.
we just like give the color inside that cutting.
Actually, stencil means it is a thin sheet of paper. Just think like that. And it has a particular shape or a particular letter in that. And then we cut this part. We cut this part. So we get an open space, right? We get an open space. With this open space, we apply the paste. So in t-shirt and all, you can see some letters, right? That is basically prepared using the stencil printing. You can write down. Okay, it is a method of transferring stencil printing. Method of transferring a pattern. This is a pattern. Here the C. It's a C. The letter C. So in this paper, you can see the letter C. And after printing this sheet, we cut this letter. We cut this letter. So we get an open space, right? If this is gone, we get an open space of C. Then we brush some color to this area. We get a C shape or a C alphabet. That is stencil printing. A method of transferring a pattern by brushing By brushing, spraying, or squeezing. A method of transferring a pattern by brushing, spraying, or squeezing paint through the open area of a stencil. Through the open area of a stencil. So the stencil has an open area. By this open area, we use this open space to apply the color to the fabrics. Can you read right now what is stencil printing?
It's a method of transferring the pattern by dye brushing and
Squeezing.
by squeezing and through the open area of the
Squeezing paint. Squeezing the paint through the open areas of a stencil. Okay, the open area is used for applying the color in the stencil method. So basically the printing are of two types, that is hand printing and machine printing. Hand printings are screen printing, block printing, and stencil printing. Screen printing means a big screen is there, and then in the block printing, some wooden blocks are there with some designs. Okay, this is a wooden block, it has some designs, and then we dip this designed wooden block in the colored solution, or we apply the paste, then we stamp this wooden block to our fabrics. Okay, so a particular design will be available. That is called as block printing. And then we learned about stencil printing. Stencil printing means an open space is there. In stencil, you can see some open space. With this open space, we apply the color in the form of a paste to the fabrics. So we can get the letters, anything with the open space. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so